In this video, you're going to learn the trap most e-commerce business owners fall into when marketing to their customers and what they do in the short term that hurts them in the long term. Now, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you the top 2 best ways to get around this and what you can do to actually grow and increase your profits in your business. Now, before we get started, let me know, what kind of platform are you running? Are you a Shopify person? Are you on Ecommerce? Are you on Squarespace? Are you on Wix? Leave it down in the comments below and let me know. It's going to help me understand what kind of content that I should be creating, because no one else is really talking about the kind of stuff that we're going to be talking about, and I want to make sure to cater that content as best as possible. Now let's get started right away. What is this marketing trap I keep telling you about? Well, this trap is actually something that happens a lot, and a lot of people are actually very aware that they're doing this to themselves, but they keep doing it because they think there's no other way out. There's no other potential for them to get out of this so-called trap, or really what you're doing is digging a hole. And that hole is constantly giving your audience, constantly giving your existing customers promotions and discounts for your products in order to continue to boost sales. Now, all this is doing is just barely keeping you above water, because when you look at it from a short-term perspective, yes, you're getting more sales, you're increasing your monthly revenue, but what you're not doing is actually increasing the potential, the value of your brand over a long-term period. And so it actually starts to devalue your brand over time. And we want to avoid doing that as much as possible, because there's nothing worse than constantly having to give and feed your audience discounts, promotions, and all that kind of stuff just to make a sale. It's going to not only hurt your profit margins, but once again, people are going to look at your brand and they're going to be like, oh, I could buy it right now, but I'll wait until next week in order to actually get what I want, because I know that they're going to give me another 15% promotion on these products. And that's just not a position we want to be in. We want to make sure that our brand stands out. We want to make sure that our brand is something that's actually valuable, and it's worth the perception in our customers' eyes. If we're constantly giving them 20% here, 25% here, 15% here, what does that say about us? It tells our audience that we're not certain about our own product, and that they can always get it for cheaper, that they can always get it for a discount. Now, I'm going to tell you at the end of this video how to avoid this, or at least shift the perception a bit. Because if you're doing this all the time, it's going to be very hard to start making sales again with just regular pricing. So there's going to be ways that we're going to mold this. We're going to change how we kind of frame our promotions so that we can actually start digging ourselves out of this hole. But once again, if you're constantly giving your customers these never-ending discounts, these never-ending promotions, what we want to start doing is we want to start saving those kinds of promotions for more seasonal or holiday discounts. Think of a Black Monday, think of a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday sale. People who don't give a lot of promotions and discounts, they make tons of money on those days, because people wait all year to stock up as much as they can on this kind of stuff, but they still purchase throughout the year, especially if you have products that are recurring, especially if you have products that are in use constantly throughout the year. They're just going to make bigger purchases on those days. But if you compare this to a company that's constantly giving Black Friday, Cyber Monday type of deals throughout every single month, like if I'm getting that kind of deal in May, that's not a good place to be in, because what all that does is when there actually are big deal days like holidays and things like that, what ends up happening is you still have regular sales, because people are used to these deals throughout the year. And so we want to avoid that as much as possible. So once again, we want to start digging ourselves out of this hole. But how do we do this? Right? If we just stopped giving them promotions and discounts right away, our sales are going to start to flatline pretty hard. And so this is more of an extreme case, but at the end of the day, it's still something that's to be considered if you are at least doing this more often than you should be. And I'm sure you know exactly if you're doing it more often than you should be. Well, there's 2 very important different ways to frame this. To position it in a way where like you're still giving people a promotion and a discount, but it's actually giving your brand value again. You're rebuilding that value to where people are going to stop expecting these kinds of promotions and discounts of just straight 15, 20% off of like these dollar savings. And instead, they can get something else in return or in exchange in order to actually continue purchasing things in a promotional or a bonus type of method. And so those two ways are actually very simple. The first one is to offer people only free shipping for limited amounts of time. Like weekend shipping, for example, would be actually a great way to approach this, because on Thursday, if you announce in a marketing email that for the next 3 days there's going to be free shipping on all purchases, you can obviously set a target point of like a minimum of $10, for example. But if you give people those 3 days to get free shipping on things, your sales are going to increase pretty rapidly, because people love free shipping and they might have just been eyeing something for the past week or so where they're like, I really want to get this, but I'm not too sure if I want to buy this right now or if I want to wait until I get a bigger purchase order or something like that. But that's this kind of stuff that's going to push them over the edge. Think about it as an Amazon model. Amazon is not going to just give you a 15% discount on random products in their marketplace, right? What they're going to do instead is they're going to give you a way that makes it easier to get the product to you at the end of the day. And so they obviously use a very sophisticated model known as Prime. But for us, we can do something very simple where it's like, hey, we're just setting this 3-day shipping offer right now. Get your product. Let us educate you about some of these things. Let us show you what we're doing. Let us show you what we're about. I'm a big proponent of education within the products that we're selling and giving people a reason to purchase our products in the first place. A lot of people don't know everything about your products. In fact, most people don't know everything about your products, especially the way you do. So when you look at your product and your customer looks at your product, both of you see two very different things. And if you can help bridge that gap between the product that you see and the product that your customer sees, it's going to give them a better reason to actually purchase what you're selling. So combining education with free shipping, giving them a shortened period of time, giving them a little bit of urgency in order to actually go and purchase it, will make them go and actually buy that product. Now, if you start offering free shipping as just like a regular thing, it's going to make it a little bit harder for you to actually use that as a proponent, as a bonus, in order to get your product sold. Now, let's talk about the second thing. And I actually think this is actually very interesting, and you can spread this in a lot of different ways. And this is offering another free product or service or something like that with the products that you're selling. Now, the best part about this is it doesn't have to be expensive, right? If you're selling a $20 product, you don't have to give somebody a $20 product, another $20 product for free when you're selling that $20 product. So you don't have to like break even on this. Instead, what you can do is you can give them some sort of offer, you can give them some sort of card or some sort of like little trinket or anything like that that you sell at a much lower cost value in order to push the sales of that higher cost item. And I guess the $20 to $20 thing isn't the best reference, but let's say you're selling a $60 product. You can offer people anytime they buy a $60 product, you can give them this $5 product for free or this $10 product for free. And it's basically the same thing as offering them a 15 to 20% discount. But now what we're doing is instead of breaking into our profit margins of that higher cost product, not only are we not devaluing our brand, but we're actually creating this good type of feeling within the customers that like, hey, these people are giving me more than I'm asking for. And so now it goes from creating discounts to giving people more stuff as a bonus. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to position our brand not as something that's constantly being discounted, not as something that's being devalued, but instead as something that provides more value than people even ask for. And that's what makes people stick around. That's what makes people like you. You're creating this kind of goodwill with them. And that's going to let you get out of that hole where you're constantly giving people 15 to 20% discounts week on week on week on week. And you're just kind of trying to paddle and stay above water. So I hope this video helps you out. That's the biggest trap that I see, especially when it comes to email marketing. Most people think that they're going to be using their email to send their customers discounts and promotions and stuff like that. And usually what ends up happening is that becomes their biggest that becomes their biggest downfall, because now all they understand is, hey, I have to give my customers 15% when I send an email out to the list. And we want to avoid doing that as much as possible. Instead, what we want to do is we want to continue conversations with our customers through our email. Our email is our best and biggest source of revenue. And if we understand how to utilize that properly, we can get our brands growing very quickly. And this is one of the first things that you can actually do in order to, once again, stop on this downslope of constant devalue, constant promotion, constant discounts, and start actually rising the ranks again by just reframing, by shifting how you provide these offers to your customers. So I hope this video helps you out. My name is Rich AK. I run a company called AK Growth, where we build and we scale e-commerce brands just like yours. Once again, if this video helps you out, please leave me a like, leave me a comment, let me know what kind of e-commerce platform you're running. And I've been so excited to see that my subscribers are actually going up. So please, if this video helps you, share this video with another friend of yours and leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you next week. Thanks.